Hello and welcome to another bonus episode of Hockey Inside Out. Now, the NHL trade deadline is still a few months away, but if you were Kent Hughes and you were thinking about trading defenseman David Savard, what do you think you could get in return for him? And do you think this would be the right decision? Andrew, why don't you start us off?
I do think it would be the right decision. Obviously, you want to have some veterans on this extremely young blue line, so it's a tough one, but Savard's only got a few years left of his career where he's going to be an impactful NHL player, and I think he deserves a chance to maybe add another ring to his hands there. But I don't know how much they're going to get for him because he's not necessarily a cheap player to add, and he's not a high-end player either. He's probably going to be a depth player for any contender looking to add somebody for their penalty kill. The cap going up next year makes it easier, but how many teams are going to want to spend whatever extra cap they're going to have on another year of David Savard? I think it's going to be a tough one. I don't expect a big return. You're probably looking at a third-round pick, maybe a B-level prospect, something in that range. It's not going to be like the Ben Sherratt trade, for example.
Yeah, I mean, Tampa gave up a fourth-round pick to get Savard a couple of years ago, and he went on and helped them win a Stanley Cup. He could be an effective player. He's penalty killing guy, bottom third, number 5 or 6 defenseman on a good team. He's got one more year left on his contract at $3.5 million. He's 33 years old. I'm sure Kent Hughes will be looking to move him, but if he moves him, as I said, it was a fourth-round pick. Kent has a thing. He prefers to get young players who are drafted a couple of years earlier who maybe haven't worked out with that team. So I think that's more what he'd be looking for as opposed to just another draft pick. I think he might be looking for a defenseman or maybe a forward who was not developed the way the team that drafted him hoped he would have developed over the previous 2-3 years. And Kent Hughes figuring maybe a fresh start in Montreal might help him. So I think that would probably be the route that Kent Hughes will go when he tries to move David Savard before the trade deadline.
Yeah, and I'm not sure how much interest David Savard will have. Obviously, more down the end of the season type situation where they can use an experienced guy that has been there before. Third round draft pick, maybe might be something to look at, but let's see how he makes his comeback and starts to feel healthy again and see what he can do. But I think Stu touched on it. And Andrew, his years are starting to tick away. His value will be short term wherever he goes. But get him back playing, and then we'll see what he brings.
He'd be valuable.
One team that might be a fit for him is New Jersey. Very young defense core there, really struggling on the penalty kill this year. They might need a veteran who can teach guys simple things and help them keep their heads on straight heading into the playoffs.
You took the words out of my mouth, Andrew, because talking with Caden Gooley the other day. I wasn't going to say New Jersey, but I was going to say, you picked the team, but I was going to say he'd be a perfect guy on a team with young defense. Caden Gooley loves David Savard. He's been like a father figure to Caden Gooley. He really helped him on and off the ice when he came in. And the same with all the other young defensemen. I was talking with Gooley, I said, what about Savard? Do you know that maybe fans or us in the media don't realize? You're just talking about like what a funny guy he is. He's got a great sense of humor. He's like a father figure to the guys. The guys all love him on and off the ice. He's really calm and cool. So that would be a good fit, I think. You're right, Andrew, on a team with a bunch of young defensemen who just he's almost like a second defense coach sitting on the bench with all the experience he has and just that calming influence. So that would be, I could see him being a really good fit on a team, like you said, in New Jersey that has young defense and is struggling on the PK because that's one of his real strong points.
And let's face it, they've got a huge problem with the numbers game. They got a lot of defensemen in their organization with, some being potential. So this is going to probably trigger something that's going to come maybe sooner than later if the deal is right.
It'll be interesting to see in the next few months what moves are made with the Montreal Canadiens, and let us know, do you think David Savard should be traded? And if so, what do you think the Canadiens could get back for him? Leave that in the comments section below, and make sure to check out Hockey Inside Out to see our full episode.